Good evening, visionaries. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite historical characters and inspiration to me for many, many years. And I'll be talking about his strengths and his weaknesses, Einstein. And so one of the things about Einstein is that he was a huge visionary himself. He had very big ideas that were very complex, and he brought them into simplicity. However, as he was grappling with these big ideas, in order to express them to other people, there was a process by which he needed to express his ideas. So they were sometimes not understood by people. Sometimes he might have appeared arrogant when he was just trying to explore a new idea in a new way, because his ideas were so big. They took some time to bring into focus, and so on one hand, his huge big ideas were very a great superpower, and then also because they were such big ideas, then that would also affect his ability to focus, or at least to appear focused, so focus is his superpower, and also his weakness, because focus, so he is very, very focused on when he wanted to achieve a certain thing, and everything else would, if it was mundane, would not be part of his world. And so Einstein would to maybe outsiders not seem focused when he was actually super, super, super focused. And I really resonate with this personally, because I have very big visions for the world, and so in order to achieve what I want to achieve, I have to really, really focus on certain aspects of things that other people aren't focusing on, and so put all my energy and all my attention into that let's say that one thing, like for example, building a human inspiration system, a new computer system for the world, has been one of my projects, and I had to focus all my energy and all my attention on that, and I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't sleep. To other people, it may look like I wasn't very focused because I wasn't organized with certain things, or still challenged with that sometimes, and so I feel like I resonate with Einstein that way, and that he was very, very focused, and at the same time, as a superpower to be able to find the answers. At the same time, he was also distracted from other aspects of his life, meaning that he didn't pay attention to certain mundane things in his life, and so sometimes it was hard for him to manage just the ordinary other things that aren't in his focus, and so that can sometimes be a weakness as a leader who's a very big visionary, and to manage all aspects of their life. Another part of that is tenacity, staying focused and following through, which is a great leadership quality. This is something that when I find myself aligned with a goal, I stick to it, and I will follow it even if it's years and years to get to that goal. And I find that, again, an aspect of being very focused can also, other things can be not focused on, and some balance of life challenges can crop up. The other trait of Einstein, a superpower of Einstein, is that he's creative. So Einstein he was a musician, which I'm also a musician. He played violin, and he would come up with a lot of his ideas while he was playing and improvising and creating. And I do the same thing with my piano music. I play music, and I come up with ideas with my soloing. It just flows through me, and so the music is like a vibration that comes through intuitively into my soul, and I'm able to express myself in unlimited ways, and just continuous flow of information and creation. And so that's a superpower. And at the same time, when Einstein was continuously flowing, I was just reading online tonight about how Einstein wasn't very organized, and he even said some things like, if you don't memorize something, if you can find it in a book, so he battled this. The creativity and the flow was also getting in the way of his ability to organize sometimes, and he was sometimes criticized for that by others. It appears, anyways, from what I read, and so the creativity brings more quantity as a superpower to the table, so that a leader, a visionary, can bring more to the world. At the same time, it's also more to manage. And so people who are prolific writers, prolific creators, they have very messy desks a lot of times, because they have so many things on their table that they're managing, so much more than someone that doesn't have that much flow coming through them. And I think another quote by Einstein had something to do with people who are organized or lazy. Sorry, I had to chuckle at that, because well, anyways, I've oftentimes get misunderstood myself. If I have like a lot of things, and I haven't organized things, some people can perceive that as I'm not working hard and I'm actually doing more, and it's just harder to manage when you're doing more sometimes. And so then bring this back full circle to Einstein being understood or not understood. So one of the things I hear other people feedback to me, say, oh, well, I say, I don't feel like you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not being arrogant. I am just saying that the things that I am wanting to get out into the world are there's just a lot of things, and I can't fully express them all in one conversation. And so in order for me to be understood, and meaning the full scope of what I'm seeing and vision, that means that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to present that in such a way so it can be simplistic. So it can be something that people can understand. And so it takes me sometimes a year or so to get the pieces I already understand inside my brain to a simplistic place so that everybody can understand them. And Einstein had to deal with this too. He had like the theory of relativity and all these very large visions of something that he knew in his brain what it was about, but he needed to bring it down to like this special theory of relativity, which was much simpler so that people could understand it. And so it's a superpower to have to understand things in a complex way, and it's also a weakness in that it can be misunderstood by others if they don't, especially when you're in the process of evolution with that, evolving with that particular thing, that idea. So it takes a lot of patience to be able to bring that complexity into simplicity, and in the meantime, some people might see it as a weakness, and where I strongly believe that it is a very good strength. So that is my conversation about Einstein, his superpower of being super focused and super visionary, and then that focus also causing as a weakness to be some appearance of distractions, because focusing on one thing is hard to focus on all of the things at the same time. And also the interesting aspect of that is with that focus, there's this other side of things, this vacillation, this change between focus and creativity. Flow and creativity go back and forth through an intuitive like Einstein, and I'm also intuitive as well. I strongly identify with that, and he said that creativity is more important than knowledge, or something along those that framework. And I strongly believe that the creation of and inside of us is so much more important than knowledge. It's what we create, what we're constantly creating, and how we're bringing that together to share with the world that is the most important. So thank you, and good night.